This video is for entertainment purposes only. Hey everybody, welcome back to Susan Lynn Psychic Medium. It's great to be with you today. If you are new, welcome, and returning subscribers, thank you for joining me again. It's good to see you guys. Listen, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. We have Biden. We have Harris. We have 2 senators in the Senate. We've taken care of some business, people, but guess what? It's just now beginning. This is just the beginning of our work, and we are ready to do it. So let's talk about, I think a lot of people want to know, is Trump going to be convicted in the Senate? I feel like some people are moving on from that, but I'm going to talk about it for a minute. The guides want to say yes and no. And when they do that, it means it's a complicated answer. It's not just black and white. It's not an easy, quick answer. So what they show me is, obviously right now, there's a lot of gamesmanship happening in the Senate. Mitch McConnell is in the minority position, but he is still gumming up the works in the Senate. He's trying to say that he's going to filibuster anything that the Democrats do. And therefore, all we have are 50 votes. Right? And if it was just a straight up or down vote, all we would need is 50 plus 1, which would be Kamala Harris, and we would win. Okay. But there's the filibuster. The filibuster allows the minority to try to have a say, except for that it's really, the filibuster it was added quite recently, like during the 1960s. It's not in the Constitution. It's just been added, and it can sometimes be used inappropriately or to punish the other side. And that's what Mitch McConnell's doing. He is saying, you won't get anything done because I'm going to filibuster you. What that means is we would need 60 votes. So we would need 10 Republicans to come on board. Not completely out of the realm of possibility, but there is a lot of gamesmanship happening in the Senate. So as we go forward and we talk about getting Trump in the Senate to trial, to judge him, to see if we can convict him and finish this nasty part of our history, you see McConnell using some of these things as bargaining chips with Schumer to either not convict him or, for instance, saying, I won't filibuster your bill, but you got to not convict Trump. Well, you know what? I just think that's a non-starter. I think that as pushovers as Democrats are a lot of times, we're actually ready to get something done, and we need to get something done. We are really in a crisis right now in America. So I think that they're going to stand up to him. So what happens is the guides tell me Trump goes before the Senate, and at the same time, in February, when we think this is going to happen, at the same time, a lot of the charges from New York State and other places start to become announced against Trump. If this happens before he goes before the Senate for his trial, I think he will be convicted. The guides tell me he will be convicted because it'll be a preponderance of evidence, right? All of these other institutions are now charging him, and it'll just look bad and they'll convict him. If the charges come after, if they don't come in time and they're announced after he goes before the Senate, very well could be that he's not convicted. Now, I want justice, just like everybody else. I want this man to have justice. Nobody wants him to run for president again. We just want to put him out of our misery, right? And I have to tell you, if he doesn't get convicted in the Senate, it's not the end of the world. He's not ever going to be president again. I can promise you that. His body can't handle another 4 more years of living, much less running again. I don't see that happening. I do want justice, and I do think that we will get it. The guides show me you will have justice. He will beg for mercy. He will plead for pardons. So I do think that there will be charges, and serious charges, against Trump. So there is that. Now, and I want to say too that I got this a while back, and it just came out like these things do. That woman, Jean E. Carroll, whom he raped, allegedly, she's gonna have a lot to do with his downfall. I don't know how, because you would think the statute of limitations would be gone and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just here to tell you that woman is the woman that's really going to bring him down. The guides have said it for a while now. So just keep your eyes peeled on that situation. And then looking in, I want to talk about the vaccines. Look, we're going to be really hitting the road on the vaccines. What changes is that Biden puts a czar, somebody in charge of the vaccines. That person calls the states and says, or the governors, or even the mayors, and says, we have a goal of X number of vaccines for you that we would like to see you do daily. What can we do to help you reach that goal? What do you need? What can we get you? Big, big difference, right? Right now, as it is, the states have just been thrown some vaccines and said, just make it happen, right? They didn't have the funding. They didn't have the infrastructure. Now they'll have that support. So you're going to see vaccines just start ramping up. And those are the 2-part vaccines that we're doing now that require the booster. In the summer, the single shot vaccine comes on board. And I see the states having their National Guards actually set up vaccine centers where you pull your car up and literally not just one, but several guards members come out to your car and do everything they need to do and give you the shot, and you are out. So instead of having one person go to each person in the car, you'll actually have multiple people. It'll be very streamlined, and we will be doing thousands of people a day. That's what the guides say. Thousands of people a day will be vaccinated in these vaccine centers. That's in big cities, obviously. In smaller, more rural areas, it will be commiserate in size, is what they just told me. So instead of having, 100 or several hundred National Guard troops, maybe you'll just have 5. You know what I mean? It'll be commiserate to the size of the population of your city, but no one will be left out. Everybody's going to be included, and we will be vaccinating through the summer with the goal of having most everybody that wants a vaccine vaccinated by the fall, by late fall. That is a really big deal. That's what my guides are telling me. I think we can do it. I think it will be historic. I literally think we will make history if we can do that. And I do think that Biden and Harris are the people to get this done. And don't leave out Dr. Fauci. He looks amazing. It's like he's gotten 10 years younger. He's giggling and smiling now at the podium. It's amazing what having the right people, the right good-hearted, honest people in leadership can actually do to lift your spirits and to help get things done. It's truly amazing. So I was going to also talk about so many good things. The Dreamers, the DACA kids, they are getting a respite. I think they're going to see their day of recognition and freedom. I think they're really going to become citizens. They're going to be given a path to citizenship. I see that happening under Biden. That is a really big thing. The children at the border, Biden will send sociologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, social workers to the border to take care of these children, and we will find their parents and their families and reunite them. I think at some point, depending on how we get through the vaccine and get through the whole Senate and Congress, with not having control of it like they say we do, we really don't. I think they may talk about some sort of restitution for these kids and their families because they deserve it. So I think that's really interesting. And I saw, I'm looking at my notes here. These people that were involved, these House of Representative people and Senate people that were involved in the mob attack on the Capitol are being investigated, will be investigated. My guides tell me that at least 5 House members will resign. That's a big number. Now, there was 130 something that actually protested the vote. But I do think that they will get 4 to 5 House members to resign because they will have been found. The guides just told me they will have been found to be connected to, I don't know if I can use the legal term aiding and abetting, because I know that that's a very legal specific definition, but they will have been found to be connected to it. But what my guides just told me, which is new, breaking news, is that when the FBI, CIA investigates these House members, these 130, I think they're going to look at all of them. They find collusion. They just told me collusion. But what's interesting is a few people they find to have broken laws that aren't a part of that. So the net catches other people, right? The net is big and it catches other lawbreakers. And so you will have a couple of people that will be resigning for other issues that they may never admit to, they just may resign. And then, as Nancy Pelosi says in my head, and let the chips fall where they may, because she's basically saying, look, you resign from my house and that's fine, and bye-bye, don't let the door hit you in your butt on the way out, but let the chips fall where they may in regards to the investigation. So if you get indicted or you go to jail or whatever happens, that's on you. Let the chips, you should, you did something you shouldn't have done, and now you're going to pay the consequences. And Nancy Pelosi is taking this very seriously. You guys, she's not going to run again. This is her last term. This is what the guides tell me. And she's looking at history. This is a historic event that took place. It took place in her house. And she wants to go down as being the woman who stood up to these bullies and these thugs and these unethical people and these criminal people. And she wants to go down in history as being the woman that took them out. So take no prisoners. That's what she is. She is right now, she is fighting mad. She is going to assist the investigation. And indeed, she knows things that she's been actually having her own investigation on the sly with Adam Schiff for quite a while. And so she is facilitating, giving that information to the authorities that need it. And I'm telling you, cleaning house does not begin to describe what she's going to do in the House of Representatives. So we're going to have some openings there. I don't know that they won't just be appointed. You know what I mean? Like if somebody resigns, how that works. I'm not sure how that works, but one thing's for sure, we're going to have new blood, and some of these people that have been very, what I would call seditious and possibly treasonous, they're going to go. So we're going to have an opportunity to bring in new blood, and that Boebert chick is going to be one of them. I wish that I could tell you that Holly was going to go. I said it before. I don't know. He's like, I don't know why, but his energy is very protected. He's very battle ready. You know what I mean? I think he usually takes great care to not get tripped up. But that thing that he did in the photo, that was a problem. He really shouldn't have done that. Hopefully he'll go down because he needs to. But the good news is that to a degree, the swamp is going to get cleaned for real, and we're going to get some fresh blood in there, and that is a real benefit. And I actually see this happening in the Senate as well. I see one case, 1 to 2 senators being investigated. I can't tell you who they are right at this moment, but I see 1 to 2 senators being investigated. I see potentially 1 resigning, and that's good news too, right? I mean, I wish it was Mitch McConnell. It may be because I don't think I've talked about this yet, is that, I have been seeing his wife, Elaine Chao, being investigated because for so many things. But anyway, right off the bat, she's the Secretary of Transportation. her family owns a shipping company. That's a conflict of interest right there. And my guide said that during the China, when we had the trade war with China, we weren't doing trade on some products, that she was actually allowing those products to come through. So look, all this is going to come out. All of this is going to come out. And where I can't say that all the bad apples are going to be picked out of the barrel, I can tell you that quite a few bad apples are going to be picked out of the barrel. And that should hopefully scare the other ones into acting like good citizens. We'll see. But so I think that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are literally celebrating like I did. I laughed, I cried a lot. But anyway, it was beautiful. The inauguration was beautiful. It was just absolutely beautiful. I mean, God, did we ever need this, right? And here we are, and we are ready to move forward. So let's do it. Listen, I hope you liked this video. If you did, I hope you'll subscribe and join us. We're a pretty good group here. I think you'll enjoy it. And also, it's free, so why not? You'll at least know when I drop a new video and you can check it out, right? As you noticed, I put a few new videos up about metaphysical topics. They have gotten some pretty good views, not as many as the political views, and that's fine, but I just want to do the things you guys want to see. So if you're interested, check out the metaphysical videos. And if you're interested in letting me know what kind of videos you'd like to see, drop me a comment. I appreciate it. And you guys all take care. I'm sending you guys all love and light, okay?